If you're new here, welcome back. In this series that I am bringing to you is all about how I traded options as a side hustles and the results that I have. I will share the results at the end of this video and show you how I was able to go through learning trading options, and I will summarize everything, and then I will show you the resources I use, the tools I use, and also what my results were at the end of trying this. And my trading journey just started just a few years ago with trading stocks itself, and this was like over about 10 years ago, just trading stocks. But then over the last 2 or 3 years, I learned about trading options. And when I learned about trading options, I learned a whole new language, it seems like. And I had to learn all the different resources and every area possible to know what stock trading options is. So the first thing I learned for it was the resources. And when it came to resources, I was into what type of stocks I would have to trade, what are the trends of a stock, what are good stocks, how to determine what a good stock is, and also resources like looking at the news, staying informed with the news and what's going on with that stock and the company involved with it, and being able to determine sometimes the news may influence the stock move, how a stock, whether it goes up or it goes down. So I also looked at those things, and as I went along, I was able to determine, okay, well, now I can enter a trade. I had to learn how to read the charts, and I followed several different YouTube along the way, and also I purchased into a few courses in order to gain more understanding, because this area of learning trading option was very scary for me, because when you purchase one share of a stock, let's say in trading options, it's like 100 shares at a time, and you'd pay, like, let's say for a short-term stock trading options, you'd be buying it at $150, and that's for a short term with like within a week. So I had to be thinking about all of those things when I was purchasing trading options, and I didn't want to lose money. But one of the lessons that I learned, I will share these as I come to the end of the video and explain to you my key takeaways, and I will also reveal to you the results and whether I was successful in this, and that's going to be way to the end. But before we go on, I want to get straight to the resources that I use and how I was able to maneuver my way in the chart. So when looking at a chart, for example, looking at AMD here, we can see where it's going to a high. And I usually look at my charts and see the trend first. So that's one of the key takeaways, is looking at the trend of the chart. And we can see that when we look at AMD, we can look at its financials and look at its profitability, that is making money year over year in its profit and its EPS. So that is one way I look at it. I look at the debts, how many debts they have for the year over year. Everything has to be, as far as profits and EPS, has to be increasing on a yearly basis. So another thing that I like to look at for stocks is the trend. So when looking at the trends, I usually look to see where it's going, as far as whether it's trending upwards or the stock is trending downwards. So one of the things to make sure is, when looking at a stock, we want to make sure if the stock is not trending upwards, then it's not a good stock and we don't want to be invested in it. So unless it has some kind of negative reviews that's causing the stock to fall. But here I show you where the stock, we can look at where it's at year over year. I will talk about is stocks and where they are. And so looking at Apple, we can see that Apple is currently, we can look at the trend and we could see that Apple is on an uptrend and that it is going at a good pace year over year. So that is exactly what we need from a stock. Now let's look at another stock here. This one is Lucid. I think it's a car company. And when we look at this trend, we could see from a small picture that it looks like it's going up. But when you zoom out and you look at the bigger picture, you'll see it's coming down. So you don't want to invest in a company like that. You always want to zoom out on the companies to see where it's at and all of that. So let's look at another company. So the next company we're looking at is SE. Is X, which is for steel, and we can zoom in and we see that it looks like it made a high in the middle and then it came down. So we could see that it might be risky to invest in that. So we won't want to do trading options on that stock. So you only want to invest in good companies. This one is C Limited, and this one, when you zoom out also, you could see it has the same issue as in X. So yeah, definitely want to be cautious when you're investing and checking your stock before you actually make a purchase to make sure it's the right stock for you and the thesis of the company is a good one. So look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA, when you look at the zoom out, you could see that it's growing year over year here. So it came from a long ways from the bottom and now it's at the top. And it keeps going year over year. So that's how you know it's a good stock. So let's look at another example. And we could see on this one that it doesn't look so good as the others we take a look at. So, I mean, it's suddenly spiked. So, you know, it could always come back down. Depends on the RSI, which is an indicator. So those are all things you want to look at, are your indicators and all of that when it comes to looking at the stock to purchase. And also, a lot of times people use what is called the relative strength index, which is for short RSI. They look at the I also look at whether the stock is overbought and overvalued when it's going up. And so anything, you know, to 70 is overbought. Anything 50 and above is overbought or, you know, going towards overbought territory when it hits 70. And anything coming down from 50 and downwards is where the company is undervalued or undersold. And a lot of times you find that is when people want to buy the stock when it's at the RSI below 50. So that is one thing to remember, is that the lower the RSI, the better it is to buy into a good company. And the higher the RSI, which was like 60, 70, that's too high. You don't want to buy because then, you know, you could be left holding a loss because then the company comes back down to its real value and then you lose money if you purchase. So overall, this is my results of 2021 and then 2022. And then currently this video that you're about to see here is my 2024. I just have these orders that was making money, just all in the green, that is profits, just this last week and this week. So it's very successful. Look at that. I went from 184 to 20. So yes, I am making a profit, a big profit that is, and the more money you have, the more profit you make if you know what you're doing in the stock market. So it's a very profitable side hustle, I have to say, and it's actually I'm so happy that I have been investing my time in the stock market, and I have learned so much, and I hope that I can help you. If you ever need help, please let me know. You can always reach out in the comments below, or I will leave my email address so you can reach out to me if you need help. So, having looked at my results, I will say my key takeaways are that trading option does work, and as long as you know how to trade and how to go about the steps that I was explaining, and learning a little bit more about it, you can definitely make money, and you know you don't have to lose your money if you know what you're doing. But it's very risky, so you want to make sure that you have all of your steps in order, and making sure that you have that understanding of knowing that whether how to use your indicators, how to listen to the news, how to follow along with the chart patterns, and all of the information that comes with knowing how to trade options. And let me know if you have any questions below, as well as far as whether you want me to do my next side hustle that I tried is Etsy or Shopify, because I have also tried those, one time or the other. Like I did, I dedicated time to, I gave it like 2-3 months at a time and all of that. So let me know below in your comments if you would like me to go over Etsy next, because I actually have done that, and I will go over that if you would like. So if you have any questions about trading options, please be sure to ask me in the comments below, and I'd be happy to answer them for you. So thanks for watching, and please subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you.